Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Catherine Krager, and thank you for joining us today for our interview with Galileo Galilei. Hello. Tell me about yourself.
I was born February 15th, 1564, to Vincenzo Galilei and Giulia Ammannati. I was the oldest of 4 children. As a young child, I would walk around my house and collect used items and then turn them into mechanical toys. I think that that's where my love for inventing things first began.
Did you come from a family of scientists?
No, in fact, my father was a musician and a composer. And he really wanted me to become a doctor. He wanted me to study medicine because he believed that if I studied medicine, I would have a long, healthy life filled with riches. He didn't want me to be as poor as he was. But my true love was in mathematics. He didn't like that at all, because mathematicians made the same amount of money as musicians did, and he wanted me to be more successful than that.
What university did you attend?
I first attended the University of Pisa to study medicine so I could please my father. But I got bored of medicine pretty quickly, and I decided to switch over to mathematics. I also studied the fine arts.
Did you earn your degree?
Actually, I did not get a degree from the University of Pisa, but I was appointed to their chair of mathematics, and I tutored mathematics there for quite some time. During this time, I took an interest in Aristotle and began studying his theories. One of his theories stated that if you took 2 objects of different weights and dropped them off of a building, that the heavier object would hit the ground first. I tested this theory on top of the Leaning Tower of Pisa by dropping 2 objects of different weights at the same time. I found, however, that the objects hit the ground at the same time, proving Aristotle wrong. I then went to the University of Padua to teach geometry, mechanics, and astronomy to the students there. I did that for a couple of years as well.
Were you the inventor of the telescope?
No, I'm not the original inventor of the telescope. I simply took the telescope that had been around during my time and enhanced it so that I could use it to look at the stars and the planets. Telescopes before then could only be used to see long distances, and you could not see into space.
Copernicus was the first to propose the idea of a heliocentric universe. How did you confirm his findings?
I had been studying Jupiter and its moons for a while with my telescope, and I had noticed that Jupiter's moons revolved around Jupiter, which made me come to the conclusion that the planets must revolve around the sun and not around the Earth. This idea of a heliocentric universe was first proposed by Copernicus. I simply republished the idea with more data to back it up.
How did people react to your findings?
Well, people were not very happy about my findings. All the churches of the time taught that the Earth was the center of the universe, and to question that was heresy, meaning that I was speaking out against the church. The church, and the Pope mainly, made me stop publishing my book and forbid me from talking about my theory with anyone in the public. But I did not listen to them, and I continued to talk about my book with the public. The church, not knowing what to do, put me under house arrest as a punishment and to keep me from spreading my theory.
I heard you were plagued with a disability in your life. Is that true?
I became blind later in life from staring at the sun and a lot of the other planets that were very bright through my telescope for too long. I spent the remainder of my years in house arrest, being blind, which really broke my heart because my true love was to sit out at night and look at the stars and the planets with my telescope.
What is the greatest compliment you have ever received?
Well, this was after my death. But I heard that Einstein called me the father of modern science, which was very flattering. It's good to know that people in this generation understand that the Earth is not the center of the universe.
Do you have any other inventions?
I invented the compass and the thermometer. Those were my inventions, while the telescope was more something I enhanced, which I spoke about earlier. I passed away in 1642 under house arrest due to natural causes, but I will always be remembered as the father of modern science.